I think what gave me the confidence to even try was the fact that you were saying like anybody can do it. Like you put emphasis on that.
How long did it take from getting your Security Plus to landing offer in GovTech?
6 days, literally.
Hey, Court, thanks for joining me today. It's been amazing to see your growth over just these past few months. Could you let me know where you were career-wise when you found my free content on YouTube?
So mainly in sales. I've been in sales for about 10 years now. My last role was real estate, and that's where I've been at when I discovered your content. And in real estate, you have a lot of free time when you're not actually doing the work. So I just took that time to really assess your free content, and I just locked in from there. I was like, all right, I'm going to follow exactly what she says, use the resources, and get my Security Plus. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you've been following me on Twitter for like, I don't know how long it's been.
Oh, since the sneaker days, since we were doing the sneaker thing.
Yeah, I think that was like, what, 2015?
Yeah, absolutely. For at least 10 years.
At least a decade.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But so you've been in real estate, and like what made you want to transition into GovTech?
So, I mean, one, everything that you've said about it being recession proof, I've wanted to just get into tech in general. I was trying to get into tech sales prior to real estate for a couple years, but they wanted, SaaS experience, or they wanted, just general tech-based, experience before they put me into that type of role. So they were like, all right, your sales experience doesn't relate to this. So, and I interviewed with a lot of big tech companies like Klaviyo, HubSpot, a bunch of places like that. And everybody was just like, nope. And I was like,
tech sales can be kind of like gate kept a little bit, and depending on how the markets are, and from what I'm seeing now on like with AI and everything like that, they're trying to automate a lot of the SaaS roles that they have out there.
That's crazy. I didn't think sales would be affected by AI, but that's crazy.
Yeah, man, they're definitely utilizing like AI voice. So they're utilizing AI for setters, dialers. So they dial people, they automatically send text messages, automatically sending emails. So tech sales is even like, it's a huge place that I think is going to continue to be affected by AI as time goes on. But so you got your Security Plus, and then, how long did it take from getting your Security Plus to landing offer in GovTech?
6 days. Literally.
You got an offer in 6 days?
6 days. So I restructured my resume. I just wanted to make sure that I had the best kind of technical resume. I reformatted it to like the Harvard Classic style resume, but with tech information, like technical information. So I just tried to use my transferable skills. And, it was basic stuff that the job required that I've done. Like, have you used Office 365, Microsoft Office Suite, these types of things. And I just used that to put into my resume and highlight those details. So that way the employer would see those things first and be like, okay, he has some technical experience and it's an entry-level role. And they interviewed me in 6 days, and the recruiter alluded to offering me the position, and I took it.
Nice. So in 6 days, you got offered the position. So it was like no crazy long, convoluted hiring process. You did what, one interview, and that was it?
One interview, one phone interview, and it was basic. Like, he just asked me questions. Do you know how to do this? And it was like yes or no answers. Do you know how to do this? Yes. Do I know how to do this? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then he asked me one question that was a little, tough, but I was able to bounce back and respond accordingly. And yeah, at the end of it, like I said, they offered me the job, and now we're here.
Yes, yeah. So, and then they're also sponsoring your clearance, right? You're gonna get sponsored for a secret.
Yep. Sponsoring a secret clearance.
Nice. So before you even really got into GovTech, like, what did you even know about GovTech? I know you were telling me you were just trying to binge like everything that I put out, all my free content.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know anything about it before you. So I just watched all your content. I mean, I've been seeing your stuff for years, and you've really like put it out there, and you've been trying to get people into this, which I'm grateful for, because I finally listened. And yeah, I didn't do anything but your free content. I just locked in. I took the first steps, which you said, get your security plus. Like that was the thing that would get you through the door. Once I did that, you said, look for ability to obtain. Just type that in the search bar in clearance jobs. That's exactly what I did. And I found places in my area. I mean, it's not remote, it's on site, but I don't mind. And that was that.
That was it. That was it. It was just that simple, right? So I guess, what did you find the most valuable about the free content? Because that's literally all you use. You just use all my free content and put it to work.
Well, what I found valuable was the fact that you just give it so clearly. Like it's so clear, and you put every resource out there, and you allow for people to really follow along. And if people can follow along, they can just do this, without having to do any extra steps. And that's exactly what I did. And now it's paying off because, as you've said, once you get a clearance, a security clearance, like it's only up from here. I'm excited to be in this industry. I'm trying to move up, and I hope people are paying attention, because your content is valuable. The information is there. All people have to do is follow along.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. And I remember we were talking before, you were saying like tech was something you felt like you would never be able to get into because, you've seen me and I've been in for a while.
Yeah, because you've been in the game for, you've said it, 15 years you've been doing this?
Yep, 16 years now.
So for years I've seen your content, but for those years I'm just like, there's just no way like somebody that's got a background in sales or somebody that's got a background in something else is going to be able to navigate this space. And I think what gave me the confidence to even try was the fact that you were saying like anybody can do it. Like you put emphasis on that. So I was just like, one day I took the resources that you had mentioned, and I did a little research of my own to find additional resources just to make sure I was covered, a little bit broader. But that was it. And I passed my Security Plus on the first try. And yeah.
And that was it. Passed the Security Plus and started applying for jobs. And 6 days later, you got an offer sponsoring your secret. That's amazing, man. So, all the free content I put out here, like it really is true, right? Anybody can do this. And, do you wish you would have started sooner? Because you've been following me for over a decade.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, if I started when you had first started saying this, I'm like, I'd probably be making crazy money right now. But it's all, I'm glad that I took the steps forward, and now like I want to see where this heads.
Yeah, definitely. So, and then now, I got you inside my blueprint too. So I know you're going to make so much more progress much faster. Yeah. And then with anybody who wants to get to where Court is and how fast he did it, I recommend you just sign it up for my free live workshop that I do on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you sign up for that free workshop, I literally put it all in there, like step by step from start to finish on how you can get into GovTech, what type of career you can get into, and how you can start moving up in your career as well. So I'll put a link below in the description for you to join the free workshop. So if you want to like just literally just start taking action, I suggest you start with that. You're already on my YouTube channel, but that's going to be a more condensed version as well.
Absolutely. People need to follow you on everything. I did everything that I could. I was like, if I saw a tweet that I missed, I would go and find it. Like if you had put out some valuable information, I would go and find it. If it was on TikTok and I missed it, or I wanted to save it for later because I was busy, I was going back to that video. Like people, if you do the work, you will be successful. If you do the work, you will get to where Bees is telling you you'll be. For sure. Facts.
It's all about putting the work in. Yeah. So, when it comes to this, it comes to tech or any career, right? You're making a career transition. So once you like follow through, lock in and do the work, you're going to get results. So thank you so much, Courtney, for coming out here and telling us how everything happened for you, man. I'm super proud of you because like I said, anybody can do this. And once you get that clearance, you have so many more opportunities available to you. So again, if you want to really speed your way to getting into GovTech, I suggest you come out to my free workshop. Or if you're like, hey, I don't have time for that, I have a free course on YouTube as well. And I'll put both of the links in the description below. So thanks for coming out, Court.
Absolutely. Anytime.